Greetings viewers, this is Mancho Maverick coming at you with another video. Today we're going to continue the review for the Master Grade Jesta mobile suit. In this video, as for those who are not familiar, or for those who are familiar with my videos, I'm going to fully assemble this kit, of course give my final description, review of this kit, share my thoughts, the good, the bad, and everything else in between, and of course the big question, is this a kit worth getting? So, with that being said, let's get straight to assembling this kit. And here we have the fully assembled Master Grade RGM-96X Jesta mobile suit. And by first impression, fully assembled, I must admit I really like this. It is very simple. It doesn't look, I don't want to say that it doesn't stand out. It does stand out to a degree, but it's just like it, the colors just match so well. Nothing really stands out. I don't want to say it is bland at all. This is not bland. But it just seems so, yeah, it's just everything works well. The light blue, the navy blue that I mentioned, the grays, is very sleek. Like everything just works so well with it. So I'm really happy the way how this turned out. Proportion wise, even just looking at this, it's pretty good, I would say that. The legs, of course, in order to make that knee bend, you do need to extend the knees a little bit. But other than that, giving it an extra, half an inch or maybe an inch at most height is actually pretty nice. So I can't deny that. But still, though, it looks pretty sleek. For those who are familiar with grunts, I would say like Zaku's, they're just I would say definitely a step above a Zaku in the universe of Mobile Suit Unicorn. But still, though, it looks pretty nice. It's very good. Still am really happy with the hands that all the fingers are articulate, so really happy with that. But as you see this mobile suit, showing the 360, everything just works well. The only things that are a little bit asymmetrical, let's say, are the forearms, and of course I'll get into that in a minute. But if you've seen my last video, the individual parts video, you know that one arm is for the beam saber and the other arm is for the ammunition for his beam rifle. But that aside, though, it's still I really do like it. The shield, I think the shield can go on either side of the backpack, but I think it actually does look better on the left side than the right, just because of how the shield is not really a symmetrical shield. It's asymmetrical with those right pieces, or I guess right rockets, so to speak, on one end and the other. But on that side, I must admit it does look really nice, and I'm happy with it. Now to show the proper articulation for this kit after it's fully assembled. So let's get a closer view. Let's just remove the beam rifle, because they will fall off. So you can close that. The head can make a 360-degree turn, so that's really nice. It can move up, can move down. It's on ball joints, so it can swivel back and forth. The waist can swivel back and forth, just a little bit on the side. And it can turn, unfortunately, only a little bit. The arms can go all the way around, can stand like so, can rotate like so, nice elbow bend. The wrists, the hands can go all around. So, oops, this actually came off, so that's unfortunate. And this is actually part of the Some kits have the hands in a single runner by itself. It's all connected, it just needs to bend in different ways. So gotta be careful of the wrist, which is unfortunate, but I'll touch that a little later. But to show on this hand now, the fingers, like I said, can individually bend. The thumb, of course, can bend in all directions as well. Oh yeah, and the arms can go forward too, just a little bit. The shield can actually rotate a little bit. I think that's as far as it can rotate too, because this part of the shield's in the way. Unfortunately, this came off, but like I said, this can actually go on either end. But yeah, I think it does look better on the left side. Speaking of the back, these can pop out like so. The waist skirts can move up ever so slightly. The legs can extend out. And there's a nice knee bend there. Or you can just, let me see if I can. Yep, you can move that down. But unfortunately, that's as far as you can do with a knee bend. So, might be best to just extend it all the way. This can move just a little bit. If you move this upward, then the leg can go back as well. The foot can move in so many different directions. But yeah, I believe that's all for the articulation of the Jesta. And now for some side-by-side comparisons. Here is the Jesta right beside the real grade Sinanju. Here it is beside the high-end master model Zoids Rev Raptor. Definitely a big difference. Here it is beside the Master Grade 7 Sword 00 Gundam. So the Jesta is a little bit taller than the 00 Gundam, but again, mainly because of extending the knees, and of course the 00 fell back. And lastly, here it is beside the Master Grade Unicorn Gundam 02 Banshee. So, if you look at here, you can clearly tell that the Banshee is just a little bit shorter than the Jesta. But I truly believe that if it's in this destroy mode, it would be just as tall, maybe even taller than the Jesta. Well, the Banshee was in Unicorn mode, but I do have the Unicorn Gundam in Destroy mode. And my assumption was right. It is a little bit taller than the Jesta, as reasonably so. But still nice nonetheless. As I mentioned before, that the Master Grade Unicorn Gundam, even in the Destroy mode, is a little bit bigger than the average Master Grade, in my personal opinion. Still though, pretty nice. But yeah, that's about it for side-by-side comparisons. And to show you how to properly hold the weapons, both hands have this little pad that you can just get out like so. And for the beam rifle, this pad can just come out like there. And this does take a little bit finagling to do. But once you do, you have something like that. Oh, almost forgot from my cockpit here. I did have the issue with this during the parts video when I was going over the chest, but yeah, seems like it's giving me the same issue as I had in the last video. I was hoping that would come out, but no, it's being a little bit finicky. Oh, at least you all know that's where the cockpit is. Now, one thing about the shield that I'm not too fond of is that, aside from this, keep on disconnecting, so I may need to add some glue there. It is really, really hard to actually have the hand go inside here. So once that is, and of course the weight of it is, all right. So I'm just going to put like dough, like that, like so. Yeah, it looks kind of funny like that, honestly. I'm sure there are ways around it, but so far, this is what I have. So, just gonna take that out. So, keep that aside for now. And as for the beam saber, all I need to do is take that out, move that forward like so. And of course, if you have a long enough nail, which I don't think I do, there you go, maybe I do. Take that out. And just close this up without disconnecting the fingers, of course. And let's not forget the beam saber, like so. And one more thing I do want to show you. If you take the whole backpack out underneath here, and yes, I did get an LED, this is where it's going to go into. So simply just turn this on. Put it aside there. And you have a nice LED light up head. And you have something like this. which I'm kind of happy with the fact that this has an opportunity to use an LED, something like that. And if not all master grids or not all kits for that matter have the opportunity to have a LED unit inside of it, but if you can, that's awesome. Also, there are some ways around it if you're really careful and you really know what you're doing. I've seen when gunpla builders can actually add an LED unit to any kit, even it's not really built to have an LED unit. It's really impressive, I might add. So I gotta give them that. But to really see how this is probably seen with the LED on, and there you go. And yes, it's probably not the best right now since the only light up part of this kit is the head, so you can't really see too much of it. But I'll just give you an idea just how bright that LED light can be, and of course of how much of it is being shown. So naturally, if this is only the head, you only have that little small area behind the head, and of course the visor or the mono eye in front of the head. So yes, not much in terms of lights for this kit, but then again, it's that part of course is optional. Aside from that though, the fact that this has the opportunity for that is really nice. I do like that, and especially with that visor, I think it makes this kit stand out just a little bit more. One really good thing about this kit that it comes with a little piece here, attachment piece, that's actually used to go underneath the waist. It's going to attach there like so. And if you do have a action base, a 1100 for master grade kits, you can have something along something like this. So the fact that you have a possibility to give this kit some aerial poses is actually a nice little thing you can do with this kit. Definitely just one little extra piece for that. So with all that being said, everything I've shown so far, along with showing you a little bit more details of the individual parts in my previous video, now would be a good time to share with you the good, the bad, and everything else in between, and of course if there's a kit worth getting. So for the good. The good thing is the color scheme is pretty nice. The different shades of blue, the gray, everything just works well. Some pieces do stand out. The yellow that's in the shield, and the yellow that's up on the waist. Still though, even though there's a little bit, they do stand out, which is a good thing. But at the same time though, I kind of like how the different tints of blue just work so well together. And it seems kind of generic in a way. Like definitely a nice, good change of pace of other Gundam kits. Naturally, they have the patriotic colors of red, white, and blue, but seeing something like this with to a quote-unquote grunt type of mobile suit is still pretty nice. The fact that this has some nice poses you can do, and even that little mechanism in this knee so you can extend the legs out for a really good knee bend. I'm kind of surprised by that actually. I feel like the engineering would be a little bit better if it doesn't need to do that, but still though, I'm still happy with the fact that it does give that option. A little bit different than what I'm used to, but at the same time, I guess I can't complain too much about it. The fact that this has a compartment for an LED for his head, I guess is a nice little touch. Bandai didn't need to do that with his kit, and nothing against the Jesta for that, but the fact is they did. You know what? It does stand out. I always believe that if there's an option to give any kit LEDs, definitely go for it. So I'm glad that Bandai did it with this kit. Also, I always give credit for a little action-based piece attachment. So the fact that you can give it the rest of that, you can do a pose such as this. So I'll give it that. Proportion-wise, pretty sleek. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. The arms match with the body, the legs match with the body. So I'll give it that. Price range is actually pretty nice as well. Definitely not the most expensive master grade out there, so I'm really happy with that. I got this kit for less than $50, which most master grades should be around that. Of course, it depends on the master grade, but Still though, since I got it for less than 50, I'd say it's a good deal on that. The build itself was pretty fun. I would say pretty simplistic. It wasn't anything that was jarring, wasn't anything that stood out, nothing that was too complex. So a fun build, I'll give it that one. This was a very fun build. And that's the good, how about the bad? Well, since you've seen in this video alone, a couple pieces did fall off, especially the hand. I was kind of surprised by that actually. I was hoping that the hand would not fall off, but it did. I know as a model kit, and yeah, sometimes it can happen that pieces will fall off. It's just the nature of the beast for those who have built kits such as this. But I was hoping that some pieces were a little bit stronger, but the fingers came off, that's a big thing. The hand came off, so it seemed like the weakest parts that keeps on falling off are the hands, which kind of sad to say because I'm a little bit disappointed in that. This next piece is a little bit nitpicky, but I was kind of hoping that the shield was a little bit more symmetrical. That way, it doesn't look like it needs to be on just on one shoulder. The fact is, you can put this on either shoulder or either side of the backpack, but the way how that shield is, I think it's only good for one side, not the other. So that's a little bit disappointing. I can't really recall how it was in the show in Mobile Suit Gundam Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, if I can talk. So I was hoping that maybe it has the opportunity for another shield. Of course, having it in the opposite direction, I think that would be a little bit good. If this kit would have came with two different types of shields, but alas, only came with one. The way that's how I see it as. The fact is, you can be on either side of the backpack, but the shield only looks good on one side. So that's a little bit disappointing. This is not really a bad thing. But the fact that it only has one handle for Beam Saber, but you get two Beam Saber effect parts, I find that kind of funny, just because like you only need one of these, honestly. So I think that was a little bit of a waste of plastic. But at the same time, I kind of wish either give me one effect part or give me two Beam Saber handles. That's just me. But the fact is, this is a good part of what I mentioned earlier. The fact that you can actually have the Beam Saber handle stored underneath this left forearm, that is pretty nice. Of course, and also the fact that you can have some ammunition on part of the right forearm is nice, but is it really necessary? Can't really say one way or the other, because only one can fit there at a time. Now, God forbid, that ammunition piece breaks down the line, so yeah, I have 3 extra ones, so good on that, I suppose. But yeah, that was the main thing on the bat. It's just some of the pieces keep on falling off, so that's unfortunate. But other than that, this was a fun build. And so with that, to answer the question, is it kit worth getting? I would say so. It was simple, it wasn't too difficult, did not take long to build. It was a fun build all in all. Another thing that I will give this kit is, if you have yet to build a master grade, I suggest this being your first master grade. There's nothing too complex, nothing too extreme, very simple. I think you will have fun if you get this kit as your first master grade. I do recommend that. And like I said, the price was very fair, so won't break the bank. So yeah, if you haven't done so, pick this guy up. A fun build and a fun review. I hope you all enjoy this. This is, like I said, a fun kit to review. Like I said, very simple, very fun. I say pick this guy up if you haven't done so for your first master grade. For something that personally does not stand out, and I mean that out of respect. I know other kits like the main Gundam of the series, or one of the main Gundams of the series. This, like I said, similar to Grunt like Zaku's, but still though, the fact is it has its own kit, and you know what? It was fun. Has its own LED, so to me it stands on alone in that fashion. So really am happy with that, and really happy with this review. I hope you all learned a few things, and hopefully to decide if you want to add this to your collection or not. So with that being said, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more video updates, comment down below. If you have any questions, I'll be sure to answer them with the best I can. There are 2 videos here that YouTube picked out. One of them YouTube picked out. Of course, the other video is the previous video of this kit where I go over all the individual parts. So if you haven't done so, click on that one so you can learn more about each part of this kit. My sources are down below, Instagram and Reddit. So with that, thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep on building.